I was going in for that acupuncture, right?
Oh, yeah.
A whole bunch of you guys hit me up on DM saying you were really, really nervous about going. You thought about going, but having all sorts of needles in your body and your face or whatever, it was enough to freak you out, so you didn't do it. So
it's not bad.
It wasn't bad at all, actually. Mm-hmm. It was no problem. So yeah, I go in there yesterday and I tell the doctor exactly what's going on. I tell her about some of the analytics that I'm seeing in my body on my gadgets and my health apps and stuff that aren't making me real comfortable, that indicate that my body is under a lot of pressure and stress, even though mentally I've been telling you guys, I feel great. I mean, I really feel great. So when I'm looking at the data and it's telling me I'm not great, I just want to throw this thing out the window, right? So I go yesterday and I talk to her about it, and she's like, all the things that you're concerned with, and there are three major categories that I don't want to get into. It's too advanced, and it's all biohacking, it's health and blah. But anyway, there are three things there that I'm not happy about. And she's like, Bert, I think you're focusing on the wrong things here. If we can focus on you getting better sleep, then it will take care of the pressure points in your body that are showing stress right now. So I'm like, well, that makes a whole hell of a lot of sense, right? Because if you're not getting good sleep and you're not healing and you're not recovering, that affects everything in your body. I mean, when you think about it, there are only three things we really need, right? We need what we're putting in our body. You need oxygen to live. And the third one, food. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Food, oxygen, sleep, all three pretty important things.
My husband harps on me all the time about sleep because he listens to all these Smarty Pants podcasts. And I think we've always known sleep is important, but I think more so now, more research is being done as to how important it is, not just to your body, but to your brain, and that we need to be super diligent about getting adequate sleep. And that's why this culture of like exhaustion and so busy and, like you wore it like a badge of honor. Like I only got like 4 hours of sleep last night. Yeah, no, that's no longer a badge of honor. Now you just look stupid.
Sleep when you did.
Just killing yourself, right? And
you want to live longer, sleep now.
For sure, right? And I pinpointed to her the exact day that I started getting really crappy sleep, and that was the day, honestly, I'm not making a joke, that my first son came home from the hospital was the last day that I had good sleep. He was a preemie. He came into the house. I remember lying down and I could hear my heart beat through my chest, in my ears, filled with so much fear that something was going to happen to him if I fell asleep. I remember that day like it was yesterday. And that was the last day that I got good sleep. Now, he's 21. I don't really get too concerned about his sleep now, but I'm not sure if that had something to do with it. I don't know if the therapy unlocked some kind of trauma, but either way, the bottom line has been, if I'm not taking a sleep aid, I'm getting 3 hours of sleep, if that, and it's a light sleep. So I've been taking this for 20 years now, and even with that, my sleep's not very good. And I told you guys I've been focusing on mostly my recovery sleep. You got a whole bunch of different stages when it comes to sleep, and if you can't get into a deep sleep, then your body's not recovering. You might get 6 hours of sleep, but if you're only getting 6 minutes of deep sleep, that's very, very bad. So I go yesterday, I tell her all about my problems that I'm having. She says, do you have any fear of needles whatsoever? And I said, no. Not at all. Stick me as many times as you want. Put them wherever you want. I got no problem with it.
Except for one place.
That would be awful.
Could you imagine if the acupuncturist wanted to put one in your ding-a-ling?
Oh.
Good.
That's the one place you're...
Yes, what were you thinking?
I wasn't sure.
Okay, Lee had that done. It just wasn't from an acupuncturist.
Oh, very true.
Yeah, no, he voluntarily wanted that.
I had needles in my nipples one time.
Why?
It was something when I was a teenager. I had like these knots under my nipples, had to go to the doctor. It is the most painful thing. My mom had to hold my hand down from hitting the doctor.
Yeah, nipple knots?
Yeah. You do not want needles in your nipples.
That's good advice. I think that's pretty sage right there.
And if you're going to an acupuncturist who's a man that says you need needles in your nipples, I would just get out of there ASAP and find you a new acupuncturist.
So she said, look, if you're really nervous about needles, I'm not going to put 100 in you. I won't even put 20 in you if you don't want. And I'm like, I got no problem. Put them all in me. Heal me quick. I can deal with the pain if it's going to hurt. So I think there were between 20 and 30 needles maybe yesterday. Predominantly, they were in my stomach, but there were some in my feet, some right above my hands and my forearms also. And I barely even felt it go in. It's like a a little itty bitty pinch for me was no big deal. Although she says she does have clients that even that right there is painful for them. For me, I didn't feel anything at all. So after they do that, and what they're looking for are the points that they believe. God, it's so complicated to try to explain. We'll Google it. So she puts those in me. I lay there for 25, 30 minutes. She comes back in, takes the needles out. I go home. She says, look, if you're feeling tired tonight, do not fight it. Just go right to sleep because you're probably going to feel tired tonight. I'm like, whatever. Sure enough, man, I couldn't keep my eyes open. About 8:45, I couldn't keep my eyes open. So I fall asleep around 9 o'clock last night. I open up my analytics this morning. I got more deep sleep last night, which is an hour, and I still have to bill from that, than I ever have before.
No.
Wow.
Ever. 20 minutes max for me. And the very first night was 52 minutes. And my heart rate was down to 58 beats per minute, which is really, really great for me. And that's just the first night.
Wow. Did you feel it when you woke up?
Definitely felt refreshed. 100%. Also changed my pillow yesterday too, because 2 people in my life yesterday were asking me where I have pain points, and they're in my neck. And I have said that I can't find a pillow that works for me. Both of them in the same day suggested that I just wrap up a towel or a comforter and try to lay on that. And I did that last night, and it was fantastic. I don't need a pillow. All you need is a towel. So between that and the acupuncture yesterday, I don't know if this is a one-offer. I don't know if this is in my head or not, but I feel fantastic, and I slept over 7.5 hours last night.
So are you going to go, is it like a weekly treatment that you have to get, or are you just going to play it by ear, see what happens tonight?
So she was telling me that in the U.S., for whatever reason, we are programmed to go like once a week. But in China, they do this like every day or every other day. So I made an appointment for Saturday, and I'm already booked for next Wednesday also. So I'm going to do it twice a week.
All right, well, Kristen and I are available if you want us to make you a pin cushion. We have great aim.
I can Google this, and I can do this to you too. I can have this done today.
I mean, he was able to do my C-section, so of course
Yeah, that's
he can do
right.
acupuncture.
The Bert Show.